This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Are you ready? Before we do anything, Alan has something he wants to say to you.
Good morning, camera.
We hope you had a good weekend. Now we're here, and it's time to get started on the pontoon. Not just any pontoon, basically a landing pad for the Blackhawk. And when I say basically, it is a landing pad for the Blackhawk to land at any lake, at any time, wherever your pontoon landing pad is. We couldn't find any big pontoons, so we had to stick with these ones. These things are huge. These aren't just any pontoons, okay? Roma Marine went above and beyond. These are custom built pontoons. You can't get these anywhere. Nobody else has pontoons like this. These were built for us for the landing pad for the Blackhawk. So Dylan, you came through in a clutch. Thank you. Roma Marine, you guys are awesome. And you guys trying to build a landing pad somewhere, you need some pontoons built. Roma Marine, I'm pumped. This is gonna be the coolest landing pad ever. And there's a hot tub on it. Now comes the fun part. So Al and I are gonna be doing dueling forklifts. Well, not really dueling, we're supposed to be on the same team. Pontoons are so big that we both come in about a third on each pontoon. We're gonna lift straight up and then try to drive backwards at the same rate and put it straight on the ground. Synchronized forking. The goal is not to drop this awesome pontoon, so wish us luck.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
My friends, the time has come to build something that I've wanted to build for a really long time, and you're looking at it. These are the biggest pontoon logs I've ever seen in my life. We had them custom built specifically for this project. You see, I want to build a helicopter landing barge that can go pretty much lake, ocean, anywhere, Blackhawk on it, or 2 smaller helicopters. This is why we had these 56-foot long pontoon logs designed specifically for a 20-foot wide, 56-foot long barge. We'll show you the plan, the designs here in a little bit, but basically it's going to be designed twin engine, should be able to cruise 20, 25 miles an hour. Might be a little fast. Most pontoons only go about 10 when they're about this size. It's going to have a front landing craft ramp on it. Played around with the idea of putting a hot tub in the deck. We've got onboard fuel storage, freshwater storage. We're going to show you guys the process putting it together, and then we're going to take it down to Lake Powell and a helicopter on it and test it out. So buckle up because it's going to be a fun one.
Now it's time. We cleaned out the entire bay. We had to take the military boat out. I had to take the semi-truck out. I take all the junk out because now we have a 60 by 20 pontoon boat coming in here. And I think we have just enough room to build it sideways. If we push one pontoon all the way up against the lifts and the other one against the door, we have our fingers crossed that that's gonna be 20 feet and we'll be able to build it inside. If not, we're gonna be exposed to the elements outside in the harsh summer sun, wind, chills, the snow, the ice.
During the
Alan. All right, so we've got 2 pontoons in the shop. As you can see, it takes up about every square width anyway. We got a little bit more this way. Could have built the boat a little bit wider. We would have put the bend pack in the way. We need that bend pack because it's the best machine ever. Anyway, the Roma Marine pontoons are in. These are custom built, custom made for the helipad. 56 feet long by 20 feet wide. The next step is cross members. We've got to drill each hole, mount them across, front and back first to make sure that it's absolutely square, that you're exactly 20 feet all the way down, and that your 2 pontoons are even. From there, you can start building the decking. We have installed holding tanks for not only jet fuel, but gasoline in the back to be able to run the 2 motors that are powering this, and a freshwater tank, so you can drink it, you can bathe in it, you can have fresh water, and you'll have a pump that sucks water from the lake or wherever you are, and putting it into a hot tub. So every single night you come land your helicopter, land. Oh, it was a hard day. Felt cooling off in the lake, jump in the lake. Oh, too cold now. Maybe I'll jump in the hot tub, warm back up. Does it sound like paradise? Because it is. It's a little slice of paradise on Roma Marine pontoons. Now we just have to finish building it. It's up here, now we gotta put it right here. Oh, you want, I should do it. I thought you were gonna do it. Okay. I'll get to work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
plan is to start drilling holes on the cross member so we can actually start, you know, like building the deck for this thing. We'll still need to build the tilt deck and the hot top. White Chris and I, we're gonna start putting the decking together. I already gave Pedro the blueprints to start building the decking, the tail deck. And yeah.
I am measuring our pre-cut holes so we can actually get our decking straight.
Put some decking on. Can't swap the decks if we don't have any decks on, right? So now we get to test out what the decking looks like on top of the pontoon boat. They've got these railings set up. You see channel all the way down. It's basically the base for your top layer here. We're gonna put the decking on and see where the helicopter wheels are gonna hit. See if it's gonna hold the weight. Basically, we're just gonna get on here with our dirty boots and put some footprints on the white marks, or on the white paneling. It's exciting, man. We're building a boat. Well, we've had it in the shop for less than 24 hours. We've got the C channels more than 50% done. We've got some of the decking on. I don't think Chris slept it all last night.
I did.
It's coming along quite nicely.
How's the water?
Oh, it's actually really nice. It's like nice high 70s, low 80s, you know? Want to come relax in my hot tub?
Relax.
Yeah, come on. Come relax in the hot tub, Iron.
You relax. I can.
Throw your arms up.
I cannot relax.
Feels great.
can relax.
Water's nice.
Maybe it needs a little massage.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the massage in the hot tub, right, Iron?
Hey, it's you guys in the hot tub?
No. It's just friends.
Gonna be the front end. We still need to add the extension that Pedro built for this. So whenever you go to the beach, drop this top and you'll be able to either ride vehicles on top of it, or if you are in the lake and you're coming in your jet ski, so you drop it off, ride your jet ski on top of it.
Finally getting ready to toss the motors on the helicopter landing barge. So the way we're doing the motors on this thing is a little bit of a kind of a evolution, because I don't know how much motor this boat's gonna need, because it's gonna be really light when it's unloaded and really heavy when it's fully loaded with the Blackhawk. Now granted, we don't expect to do full speed while it's fully loaded. In fact, I don't really want to, simply just because the thought of going 30 miles an hour on the water with a Blackhawk on a boat just doesn't sit well with me until I understand how stable this boat really is gonna be. So basically we're starting with these Mercury 225 engines. That's gonna give us a good baseline. Keep in mind, there's not very many barges out there with motors, with twin motors like this. Like most helicopter landing barges that I've seen just have one single. I'm sure there's others out there that have multiple motors, but there's not very many of them. So Basically, starting with these 225s, we're gonna have a total of 450 horsepower, plus we're gonna be able to get a tune on them, so bump each motor to 300. We're gonna put some big Mercury props on them that are designed for racing and for like high torque engines. The target speed is a minimum of 20 miles an hour, hoping to get closer to 25, 30 under full throttle, which I think we'll be able to do, but if we don't, then we'll at least know where to start. I want this boat to have closer to like a 350, maybe even a 450 horsepower motor per side. Yamaha has a new 450 XTO motor, which is just a solid, really good motor. I think we're gonna test it with these, see how it does, see what kind of speed we get out of it, see what the throttle response is. And if these work, then we'll leave them on here and we know that this is a working setup. At the end of the day, I do want to bump up the engine size to something a little bit bigger and also newer engines, because obviously we're gonna be selling these as brand new boats and we would like to sell them with new engines. The problem with that is I don't want to go buy 2 engines that are the wrong engines. Like if I go buy 300 horsepower engines and they end up not being the ones, then I bought $80,000 worth of brand new engines that I can't use. So these ones I got super cheap at an auction. They're a great thing to test with. And then this will help me determine whether I want to buy brand new engines or what we decide to do. But this is a step in the right direction, so we're gonna get the motor on.
What are you doing?
Do you not have a hotel room?
Well, you know what? They gotta clean the mess up. I'm so used to
Oh
it.
my God.
Hey, it looks like a snowstorm out here.
Yeah, it is.
I'm back, and we're gonna have a fun episode today. See what I can freeload off these guys.
Now, listen, it's not done, okay? You realize that, right? You have to say yes or no.
It's not done.
It's not done.
Yeah.
Okay? We've got plans. We were just talking about it. It's like, what, 3 weeks to 4 weeks, and it's done. This is a barge. We're gonna nickname it, what was it again?
Panga.
Panga. Panga. Okay? This is a panga.
This is la panga.
Do you know what this is used for?
Absolutely not.
Okay, just...
You know, I do know what you're
let
gonna
me
use.
give,
Let
me give you the
know what?
objective.
I do know what you're gonna use this for.
What?
Your best recovery that you've ever done.
You're just being a little right now.
Yeah, I'm just having fun.
Hey, I know. So the idea is build this arc, build this panga.
Arc. He will say so. Arc.
Yeah, I know.
Sign.
And it's going to have a completely flat surface here.
If this is
it's
an
going
arc,
to have,
if this is an arc, you better have a lot of birds, because when it sinks, they need to be able to fly away.
okay. It's going to have the hot tub up there. It's going to have some tanks of fuel and water and all that stuff in it. But the biggest goal here, Pop Sparks wants to hop in his Blackhawk and he wants to fly it down there and land this on top, spend the afternoon with some people out on Lake Powell, then take off from it. That way, anyone that's a helicopter pilot, they can go and find this on the lake, land there, enjoy a nice barbecue, whatever they want to do for the day, then take off. So this is going to be a ton of fun, awesome, and great. So why are you putting dampers on our freaking plans, man?
Because I was in the boat rental business for 25 years, or
that's
24
like
years.
Not even 3 decades. Good dedication.
When it comes to anything that floats, there's some issues.
Okay, okay.
You're looking at this thing on land. It
Yeah,
looks big,
panga.
eh? It looks big, eh? It looks big.
It looks big right now, but it's also in a shop. And
Yeah, when you put this thing in water, it'll go like this. Like that. You're gonna have no room all of a
is that
sudden.
because the water's cold?
It is. It is goodbye. I snuck in here a little bit earlier and I talked to a few people, one in
Okay.
particular, and I asked a couple questions. Who? I'm not telling you.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, the first thing is you're shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, you have a lot of extra room that you're not using. You're into this thing for $1 gazillion. Get into it for a little bit more. You need to come out here a minimum of 6 feet. Okay, from here to here, 6 feet. Okay, it's going to give you that much more area to take and work on. That's free space is what you're getting. Whether you put it on a hinge or down, however you do it. But come out here another 6 feet. 6 feet's a good number. It's not. It's far enough.
Just so you're not bumping into other vehicles or what?
No. This base on top here, you do not have very much room.
Okay.
You think you have a lot of room. You do not have a lot of room. You have all the buoyancy in the world. Looking at this thing here, I would say this thing should probably float 100,000 pounds.
Okay.
I would think. That's just a quick, uneducated calculation in my mind of what it is. That's
What's the educated?
What'll it float to here?
To there,
Yes.
on that line, you will have like 70,000 pounds.
Well, a pretty close guess for uneducated. You got about 70,000 pounds. You got about 40 ton is what this thing will float. The other problem that you may have with this
is it may be too light. First thing that happens when a wave about this high comes by, it'll come like this and it'll go like this. You do not want light stuff in the water because it moves around too much with the wave action. And the problem you may have with this, of all this surface area, is it may want to walk a whole bunch. It may be too light. If you're gonna have one cross brace, you might as well have a couple on there. Put 4 is a good number. Put 4 cross braces on it and see if it'll hold it, keep it from twisting.
Where do you think you would cross brace it? Right there in the middle, or
I would cross brace it right here in this vessel. Right here is the toughest spot because you got some stuff here. I don't know how these pontoons are created. Is it wide open, or are they sealed compartments?
They're sealed compartments.
They are air tested, air pressure tested, every single one.
That is absolutely the most wonderfulest thing you could possibly happen in your whole life. Now, how are you going to maintain them?
How you want to maintain what?
How are you going to maintain them? They're air pressure tested, nice.
Yeah.
How are you going to maintain them?
Maintain what?
The chamber. What happens when a hole gets in it?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, you know, it's like.
What are you going to do? You going to pull out water to fix it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
On every single section. That's why, I mean, this is
How?
not designed to be kicking here and there. You know, in case an accident happen. Well.
No. It's not if an accident's going to happen. It's when. Not if. There's no ifs in the boating world.
Yeah.
It's when it happens.
When it happens, well.
Are you going to maintain them with air pressure?
No.
Why not?
There's no reason to have air pressure there.
But there is. It does 2 things. Number 1, it'll allow you to take and monitor your tubes to make sure that there's no holes in them, and the air pressure on them will give you rigidity in your structure. But do not put any more than about 3 to 5 pounds in it because you'll explode the tube. It'll go all over the planet. Whoever built this, it looks like they did a good job of building it. The problem is this thing is made to have a structure on top of it to give structure to the bottom of it.
So are you saying without the Blackhawk on it, this thing's at risk of just twist and shake?
Here's a calculation for you.
Okay.
This thing is in the water and the wave's coming. Do you know how many times this thing cycles in a minute?
With the wave?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know because it just depends on how many waves, right?
Like this. Like that. How many would you say the water coming in and out?
60.
60 a minute?
Sure.
1 a second? 60. 1 a second, you would say about that? 1 a second?
3,600 an hour times 24. So 86,400 movements.
A day.
Yeah.
That's how many cycles this gets put through. Small, large, big. Not saying it's going to move on everyone, but your nice light aluminum dock you got out in your thing, like this. Never think of that though, eh? What I'm saying is you have a lot of working parts and a lot of moving parts when it's on the water. This thing gets in the water, it'll probably stay in the water and be tied up, I would think. The lighter it is, the more movement it has. Okay, the heavier it is, the waves will go past it. The lighter it is, it'll pick up and move. So that's why having something really light isn't that good of an idea. And the other problem is when you land a helicopter on here, what's the wind shear going to do to it? You can land like this, turn it sideways, the thing going to take off that way, and you land right in the water? I don't know. You anchor it on both corners?
No, we are gonna have thrusters for that. Is that a good answer or not?
He's thinking about it.
Maybe.
Obviously, it's in process.
I don't think it's going to work worth a sh.
It's in process.
The thrusters?
We are not done yet.
And the thrusters, where are they thrusted from? Right here or down below in the water?
Down below in the water. We're still talking about the thrusters though.
You do need to have a thruster on this thing.
Yep.
You need to have a bow thruster on it at least.
Okay.
If they can steer this thing. Do you know what galling is?
I'm just galled right now with
Do you know
your
what
language.
galling is? No. You pull that stick out of there and you get rid of that thing as fast as you can.
Why is that?
Because you'll never get it out of there. It'll seize up and it'll never move. That's like put it in some sand and go talk to your old lady. It's about the same. It'll go like this. Like that. Like boom.
It's called the screaming seagull.
It's called galling. You're gonna have a problem with that.
Okay, here's the thing. This is our first boat that we are building, and we are gonna take any recommendation
I tell you what,
for.
I'm gonna
Hey,
save you.
I just looked up galling and it says annoying and humiliating. So
No, it doesn't. You got 2 dissimilar metals that don't f***ing like each other. Aluminum does not like stainless steel. They have I don't know what the correct word is, a mechanical bond, ionic mechanical bond with each other. And it will get on there. You try pulling an aluminum stud out of your jet ski aluminum head. You know what happens, actually? Is that salt water or fresh water?
It's fresh.
Oh, you got 1 plus in head. But they don't like each other. Here's something what you need to do. Go to a houseboat rental place and go look at their pontoons. And that'll tell you everything that you want to know where you're going to have problems at. You go look at your pontoon boats that are floating around out here, and every one of them, where these go down on them, will all be broken. If they haven't been broken, they will be broken. If you look at them, the welds are all cracked here on all of them. That's because they flex like this.
Feeler VMP 50A, right? It's been in our shop for how many weeks? 2 weeks now?
2 weeks
And we
now.
haven't cut yet. But you're saying today's the day. Why are you ready today?
Because on those couple weeks that we have this machine here, we've been working on the installation. It's a process, you know, to have the ready. We need to have the machine level. We need to find the right place for the machine. Of course, we have Rob and Jose helping us with the wiring stuff. We need power and air to it.
Our electrical's in, our air's in, we got our fluids in. So what do we have here though? Do you have any of the heads installed already, or we're doing that today?
We're doing that today. Of course, there is many of different sizes, different shapes, but this is the basics that we can start.
Oh my gosh, what's the first piece you're gonna cut?
So we're gonna cut some cool brackets for the hydraulic ramps on the tail deck. Doesn't necessarily need to be that cool, but just because we have this machine here, we are gonna make them cool.
It's gonna be cool, dude. I'm excited.
I'm really excited, and yeah, we have our goal set for this month to have it on the leg.
Guys, here's the deal. We are in a partnership with Feeler and New Vision Tools with this machine, and we are beyond excited to have this in our shop. We have outsourced a good majority of all machining that we need to do. We have a little manual end mill that we can use, and we just don't machine stuff like we would need to on that, just emergency stuff. But now that we have this in-house, Ironman team are going to be able to do such awesome little details on all our projects that are coming forward. And we're also very grateful for Star Metal Fluids and Qualchem for supplying all the fluids that we need to run this machine. It is gonna be awesome. Can't wait to show you everything that we're doing on it. So if you're ever looking into a machine and you love what you're seeing from what we're doing, you need to contact New Vision, contact Feeler, just see how awesome this thing is, all right? This is gonna be great. Great!
Bravo. Bravo. Freaking awesome machine. It says science. Is it magic or science? I bet it's a little bit of both. Magic, science? It's science only?
Science only.
No magic? It looks like a little bit of magic. Like Hogwarts-ish. Guardian Leviosa.
We're gonna play with two colors here. Since we're gonna have the Armadillo Liner, the first base, which is gonna be tan, and I want this to match with the platform itself. So we're gonna have Armadillo tan, blue, and red, and we're gonna play with those colors on the seats as well.
How's this gonna go?
Right now, so you're gonna come in, and then hit, and just like that, and you're done. That's all it is to it. And then it's gonna rock a little bit, hit your brakes. It should be perfect. Because of the width and where your tires sit and the length, once you sit on it and you're down, it can rock as much as you want and it'll hold just fine. How wide is the Blackhawk? So the tires should sit right about here where my foot is. Yeah. On both sides. Nose is gonna sit over the hot tub here, and then your tail right here is where it's reinforced, so it should be right here. Basically what you're hearing right now is there's very little margin for error. Can it hold the Blackhawk? Yes, it'll hold the Blackhawk. Can it float around and drive around? Yes, all that stuff will happen. But you're talking about very little room for error. The back wheel on here, you're not going to see any of that. I mean, you can try to look out the nose as much as you can. You're not gonna see too much of that. This is pretty amazing, okay?
I've landed on boats before. Let's be real, I won't be landing it.
No.
Dave's gonna be on the controls.
I know, Dave's gonna be on the
I'll have my head out the door.
Well, as you see, there's a lot going on. No dull moments around Sparks Motors. You got the Humvee in there getting painted. It's got to be done by the 18th. Today is the 18th of July, so you got 1 month to finish the Humvee. The barge is supposed to go down to Lake Powell on the 28th. So that's 10 days to finish that project. Then you have everything else going on. Let's just say we're going to be running for the next couple of days. Hey, when do we open up our furniture store?
You just name it. You
Sectionals for the
you just
kitchen.
ask for that.
This would look good in my kitchen. That looks really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool once.
And you
it's
have storage underneath each seat. You even got cup holders on that side. This guy can't have any drinks, but that's okay.
Yes, you will.
Oh, he will?
Yeah.
Oh, does it go wrap all the way around?
Yeah.
It really is a sectional. That's the coolest couch ever. Every frat house needs one of these. I think every home could use one of these. You gotta do this.
So I'm talking to Mitish too. You see the color that I showed you?
Yeah.
So the main floor is gonna be tan. We try to match these materials for that color. And since we're gonna have the strip, the two feet strip all the way around, all the perimeter around, I'm gonna play with the tan and the blue. So I asked him to make me a sample so I can decide if I use this, or this.
You're doing amazing, Hiram.
That's exactly what I asked him.
Half man, half amazing.
As you see, we have them done. Start these bushings, these brass bushings for the pivot point. So in case we need to do some maintenance on that, we just need to replace the bushings instead of the whole bracket because it's gonna be welded.
How excited are you about this?
I'm no longer excited. I'm just want to finish this thing.
Listen, the fact that you got this design, you got it on the feeler machine, and it's cut out here. That's pretty exciting. I know you're stressed to the max right now.
I haven't had the time to sit and enjoy it. It's like I just been here, there. I haven't had the time to. Okay, we just start there and. That's cool.
Like Powell in your
I haven't had that time yet.
Well, right now we're trying to secure all the top, get all the holes drilled, get the whole top on. We got to sand it down and start painting next week. Deadline's coming close. So we're putting it in the water next Saturday. So we've got, I say over a week, but unless we work the weekends, you got about 4 or 5 days. It's definitely overbuilt, so it should be good.
This is the back piece to that right there. We like boats so much now that we decided to make a mini one, kind of. It's going to our hot tub that's going to be on the pontoon boat. So, but it's kind of cool because it sits recessed in, and it kind of looks like a little mini boat, like a little dinghy, like a little Australian dinghy. We'll make the whole hot tub boat thing look and deal. We'll make it on the table here, get it all together. I mean, this is just the first 3 of, I don't know, a good handful of parts. But yeah, we'll get it all tied together and everything and weld it off, fully weld it off from the pontoon and then put it on. So, yeah.
Pretty much built this whole thing by myself. I don't know if you noticed. Brought in another specialist, old Aaron, blast from the past.
We'll be putting a aluminum lift edge across the side that we'll also put lights in, so it can basically make this thing glow. It's supposed to help, pontoons pick up out of the water. I'm gonna look at other pontoons that are smaller and see what they have, and then I'll look at bigger pontoons and see what they have. My only concern is something this big. Now, even on this, the amount of surface area, you cause so much. Tons of drag. And it's like, I understand you wanted to get it to plane. How much drag do you create to get a boat to plane,
So our friends over at Liquid Lumens, company here in Salt Lake, they also have a company called Liquid Propulsion. They specialize in marine lighting and thrusters and all kinds of different stuff to make your boat really cool. And these are some of the most legit lights I've ever seen. This is called their pipeline. Basically, it's this LED housing with this wild lens on it, and it's just stacked full of LED bulbs, and it has its own power driver in here. So it takes your 12-volt power and amplifies it and does everything that it needs right here rather than having to have a separate box or something like that. So we're gonna hook these pipelines up along with, this is called the skinny dip. It's basically similar to the pipeline, just a little bit slimmer, and it doesn't have its own power supply. So all along the bottom of this boat, we're gonna have these, and the cool thing is they can all be connected to these drivers, and these drivers basically change whatever color you want. You wanna go flash, you wanna turn it to your music, like watch. I hit this and it'll like move to the beat. So tons of cool options. Basically what I'm trying to tell you is this boat is gonna have a ridiculous amount of light, and not just light, but actually like quality solid light that I'm not worried about constantly, you know, leaking and all kinds of stuff like that. They just build really good stuff. They also, for anybody who has a boat or really any car or vehicle or equipment with a cup holder, you should probably get some of these because check this out. These are their cup holder lights, and it just sits right at the base of the cup holder like that. Turn that on and boom. And guess what? It's got colors too. So we can literally change these to match the interior color of the boat however we want, or we can have them cycle and go through these different colors. So this is gonna be really, really cool. And then finally, this one is their deck light. And what it's designed to do is basically, you can put it on any surface where you want it like horizontal, or whether you want it like vertical to shine up and down something. This is like the best way to accent light something because it just provides like a uniform, nice glow in the area that you're trying to put it on. So these, we're gonna sprinkle all throughout, like on the seating, interior, probably along the helipad. This light is really cool. This is what they call their triple topside. It can be below the water or above the water. They call it topside because they built it to be able to ride up and not have to be in the water. You take this guy right here, we have all of the controllability of the other lights, same colors and everything. But this is cool because we can put it like up on top, we can shine up, we can shine down, and it's got this curve to it. So it projects the light not only out front, but to the sides. Really excited about this stuff, guys. Liquid Lumens, check them out. You'll see this boat lit up like a Christmas tree here soon. And it is gonna be one of the more exotic projects you guys have done, right? With a lot of lights.
We're super excited.
They have like literally 3 days. We have the hot tub. I just see Pedro working on it pretty much all together. Right, we still need to add another extension on the back of the hot tub because we're gonna have the battery bank over there. We're gonna have a compressor, we're gonna have a generator as a backup in case we run out of power, which I don't think so because we have plenty of power with those big batteries that they sent us. But just in case, you know, it's like we wanna have like a backup, so we're gonna have generator and the battery banks there at the rear end of the hot tub. As you see, I've been working on the railing stuff. We need to have that secure for the guests that are gonna be there. Jose is putting the seats together. We already party cut them. He's just putting the seats together, all the hinges and everything. We have some guys that came to help us with to add some more lights. We're gonna have liquid lumens coming to work on the boat as well. They brought in their product. It's an awesome product. We have another extra welders that coming to help us. 100% sure that this was gonna float. Now look at them.
With those holes.
Lights, just for lights, just to sip them the lights 2 inches deeper. That's it. That's the whole reason of destroy our pontoons. Chris and Jair are working on the wiring around. We actually have an extra guy that came to help us with the wiring because it's not that we cannot do it. It's like the time frame that we have to do it. We need to have this thing the latest Sunday 28th. It's Wednesday 24th. So we basically have 3 days to finish it. We still need to transport it. As you see, this thing is huge, so it doesn't fit on any trailer. So we need to take it apart, load it in the trailer, strap it down, make sure it's gonna be good. Head our way to Lake Powell, 8 to 10 hours drive, unload, put it together. So that's the plan for this weekend. A lot to do. Guys are moving forward. Man, I just proud of this team. Like they are cranking. No, it's like these guys, you know, we stayed here until midnight last night. 8 o'clock we all came with the same attitude, you know, like we are all happy, we all committed to finish it. Like I said, I'm just proud of these guys. Like this cannot be possible without this group of people. A lot to do, amigo. Decking is done, waiting for the Armadillo Liner to show up. We're gonna spray the whole thing. We're waiting for the Gatorstep as well to show up. Baja design lights are here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just moving forward. Saturday, the goal is Saturday. And I'm pretty sure that we're gonna hit that goal. Yes or yes. We have to.
It's finally here! Armadillo Liner's here, which means we can finally put the top coat on the heavy barge and get down to Lake Powell! What we have to do now I'll show you. In order to spray it in here, we'd probably get all over the place. So we're gonna have to build plastic walls all the way around this barge. It'll be basically a giant paint booth in there. And once we build the walls, we hook up the sprayer, spray the top. Then you gotta spray it again with the helicopter, the H-pad on it. What do they call it? The helipad? Helipad, that's what they call it. Hi, I've been around helicopters before. And then we'll probably do a third layer just because. Make it nice and thick. Now it'll be time to take it apart and take it down to the lake.
My friends, we are making some serious progress here on the helicopter barge, which we don't have a name for yet. It's really frustrating. People keep asking me like, hey, what are you gonna call it? And I'm just drawing a blank. And the reason for that is because it's not a shortage of ideas. It's I have too many ideas and I love this project too much to just settle on any old name. You got a name yet?
No, I've come up with a couple, but I'm settled with any of them.
Kind of stuck on Build the Barge. That's all I got so far. Yeah, so anyways, we are making serious progress. I would say we're at about 80% completion right now, so we got a lot of work to do over the next 2 days. The part I'm most excited about right now is this flooring right here. Like, it just makes a boat go from cool to completely awesome. And then we're gonna be putting a bunch of Gatorstep accents and like cup holders all over the seat frames, just kind of trimming it out, making it look nice. At the same time as we're doing that, once we get the deck laid out for some of the lighting, we're gonna spray this with all Armadillo Liner. We're doing 3 colors. Base color is tan, and then we've got a blue border and some accent colors, and then a couple of red accent colors for the helicopter pad. Making progress. I'm so excited, and now all I want to do is build more boats.
Just so we're clear, when I got the guest list from Sparks, it was like 15 people. And he's like, we're keeping it mellow. Just so we're clear, I'm at 50 people. Start at 15, now we're 50. Maybe he just typed it wrong. Maybe he said, hey, there's gonna be 51 people. And it keeps growing the longer we sit here. I hope everyone's willing to sleep on the ground, out in the sand. Or on a deck with the helicopter.
Like literally, you have no idea all the stuff that I've been dealing with to put this together. Just make it happen.
Anyway, we are prepped and we are ready to spray the Armadillo. The wrap is on. You got the perfect SMCO Marine logo right there with cool jagged rock mountain look all the way around on both pontoons. The seating is in. They're wiring everything up underneath. Gatorstep is starting to go in. It's already up on the driver's console. The plastic goes right across the line. Everything in the back is Gatorstep. Everything in the front is going to be Armadillo Liner. Everybody's here wants to try and get everything done. Some people are starting to step on each other's toes. We're going to spray the Armadillo as fast as we can so we get the welders back in to finish up the liquid lumens and get the back deck figured out. Figured out. Struggling. Anyway, glad you tuned in for this update.
We only had about 3 weeks from start to finish to get this barge built from scratch. We've made really good progress, but as we were nearing the date that we were supposed to be leaving for Lake Powell, we started encountering all sorts of unexpected delays. The barge was supposed to be leaving today, Saturday, and I was gonna fly the Blackhawk down. Diesel Dave and the guys were gonna drive the barge down, and we were going to unload it tonight and begin the assembly first thing tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, the boat's not ready to go yet, and the last thing we want to do is rush it out of the shop and have there be issues with it when we get down to Powell. So I made the decision to let the barge stay at the shop and have the guys continue working through the rest of the day to finish up whatever little odds and ends are left, and then they'll load it up tomorrow morning, drive all day, and arrive at Lake Powell tomorrow night. However, I have to take off in the helicopter right now because I still have to go down there and get the houseboat set up, get all the food, pick up Jake Paul and his buddies, pick up Whistling Diesel, all of our buddies that are coming to join us. We got a lot of stuff that's got to happen all at the same time, which means I have to do something I'm very uncomfortable with, and that's leave the project unfinished and just hope that everything goes well and then get loaded up and down to the lake tomorrow. A little bit of roll the dice here, but it's our only option and we got to get down there. So we're gonna load up the Blackhawk, start flying, and cross our fingers that everything goes smooth at the shop and that Dave shows up tomorrow with the barge ready to be built.
Lake Powell or bust. No sleep till last thing. Only like 15 hours late.
I mean, we had like it felt like no time to do like the biggest build ever.
We had dinner at the shop. I think I was living on energy drinks.
That whole timeline of that span of that week, time almost like, it was just like, don't look at the time. You don't want to know the time.
We were tired. We were putting lots of hours.
Through the day, through the night, not eating, not sleeping.
Probably drove easily 3,000 miles.
We're just doing what we love, and at the end of the day, this is why we're here.
It's all about the adventure.
We have the right people working with us. We all work together. We all work as a team, and we love what we do, and it's just flows natural.